A warm welcome to the distinguished Principal of SKBR GDC, Dr. J. Lakshmi Kumari Garu, Principal of GDC Chebrol, Dr. V. Sridevi Garu, renowned resource person, Dr. Naresh Babu Muppalneni Garu, and other dignitaries, participants for the second day of National Webinar on Data Science and its Applications. It's my privilege to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Naresh Babu Muppalneni Garu. He is currently working as a professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NIT Silchar, Assam. He has more than 16 plus years of working experience in reputed educational institutions like Sri Vidyaniketan Engineering College, Tirupati, and C.R. Rao Advanced Institute of Mathematics, Statistics, and Computer Science. Coming to his educational qualifications, Sar completed his BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from Andhra University, MTech in Information Technology from Andhra University, and awarded his doctoral degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Acharya Nagarjuna University. His areas of interest are cryptography, bioinformatics, and computational intelligence. He has a vast research profile. Coming to his research projects, he has a co-investigator for intelligent system classify human brain signals for finding brain diseases funded by DST under CSRI for 3 years, rupees 23 lakhs 78,000. He was also a principal investigator for software tools for satisfiability modulo theory solvers based cryptanalysis funded by DRDO for 2 years, rupees 144.33 lakhs. That is also completed. All these projects are completed by Sir. He was also principal investigator for one more project, that is identifying single drug multiple drugs for diabetes mellitus. This is also funded by Sir DST under Young Scientist Scheme for 3 years, and the amount is 19 lakhs 88,000. His achievements are: he received Elite Plus Gold Medal certificate from NPTEL for the course of programming in C and cryptography network security course, and also recipient of Best Teacher Award from JNTU Kakinada. He also qualified UGC NET with 99.4 percentile. He has various professional memberships in Fellow the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers, Life Members of Computer Society of India, Life Member of Indian Science Congress Association, Life Member of Cryptology Research Society of India, Senior Member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. He has organized so many short-term courses, workshops, conferences, and also published 25 papers in various Scopus and SCIE indexed journals, and published 20 papers in various international conferences, and published 5 chapters in Scopus indexed books. He also authored for Springer books like Soft Computing and Medical Bioinformatics, Computational Intelligence Techniques in Diagnosis of Brain Diseases, Computational Intelligence in Medical Informatics, Machine Learning and Internet of Things of Social Learning, etc.
Madam,
Sir.
okay, can I proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, madam, thank you for your nice introduction. So I'd like to thank Nagaraj Garu and Sarita madam for making me to talk here. Today, I'll deliver a talk on intrusion detection system using time series models. See, intrusion, basically, people used to experience with this intrusion. So basically, what is this intrusion is, whenever you're having the electronic gadgets, either computers, laptop, desktop, whatever it may be. So people, there are the security issues. So people try to attack your data. They enter into your machine and they are trying to steal your information. So to do that, so by some means, either in the form of the malware or any virus kind of thing, they enter into the particular machine. So then they will steal the information. So while they are doing that, obviously they used to collect the information, and means they are using the resources of your machine. and they are using the resources of your machine in the sense either the CPU speed or the memory or internet, whatever it may be, they are using those resources and they are communicating entire data to the who designed the particular malware also. So then we have to monitor. So when you are monitoring those things, so we have to identify the abnormal behavior. So totally it is depends on the abnormal behavior only. So here intrusion as per the NIST definition. So it is security event or the combination of the multiple security events that constitutes a security incident in which an intruder gains or attempts to gain access, so where he is not authorized. So he is not authorized, but he is trying to gain access and he can steal the information. So what will happen initially, whenever the intruders enter into the machine, so they used to monitor, they used to observe what is the things happening in the machine or in the device. Then once they get the proper information, then they start doing the attack. So here the main job of the intrusion detection system is, so it has to detect the attacks by capturing and analyzing the network packets. So it has to monitor the continuous monitoring of the traffic, and we have to identify the suspicious activities. So why we are using this intrusion detection using time series models rather than the classification models? See, when you are taking about the classification models, you need the large data and we have to train the model. Then whenever the new incident happened, that input has to be given to that model. The model has to give the prediction. But these intrusion attacks are of variety of things. If the data which you are using for the training is not sufficient enough, because every day the different kinds of activities and different kinds of intrusion activities are coming to picture. So we don't know in what way they are entering into the machine, in what way they are stealing the information, in what way they are communicating. So if the behavior is not recorded and your classification models fail in identifying the such activities. So instead of going with the classification activities, means if you know the types of attacks, then well and good. But when you go to the real-time implementation, so we have to, the classification models fail in this scenario. That is why we go with the time series models. Now, how the intrusions are there? There are variety of intrusions like host-based intrusion, network-based intrusion, and web application-based intrusion. And what are the, see, whenever you are having these intrusions, so we have, means the behavior, we have to identify the outliers. So abnormal behavior we have to identify. So once we are able to identify the abnormal behavior, then we can catch hold of that one. We can take the collective measures. So for identifying the outliers or anomalies, so there are three kinds of outlier. One is global outlier, contextual outlier, collective outlier. See, global outlier, it will look into the global. See, for example, if you see in this diagram, so for example, if there are some peaks are there, if there is, means this is the some data is plotted in terms of some graph. So if you see this graph, so if there is any point here, the data point here, so compared to all other points, so this data point is abnormal. So by simply observe, so these are the different data points I can see at some level, whereas there are one or two points where they are abnormally locating. So then I can say this is the global outlier. So such that we can remove this kind of thing. So identification of the outlier is important not only for this time series model, so it is also important for the classification model. So if the data is not proper enough, so and the classification will give the error. So that is why when you are giving the data to the machine learning model, we have to eliminate those outliers and we have to give the proper reasonable data. Then only we can classify properly. Now, and the contextual outlier in the sense. So this is, for example, if this data is okay, but within this data, if you are able to identify any of the abnormalities, then you can suspect the behavior. So contextual means, so in a particular season or in a particular scenario, so the data is okay. So within this region, if there is any abnormal data points are there, we can have to handle such kind of points. Now, collective outliers in the sense, so means all the many data points are giving, see, for example, I can see these data points. So these are more or less, okay, they are at the same average mean. But if they are not actual data points, if all these are far from the original values, then, so this is called the collective outliers. So here I can give you, so may I request the participant to mute your microphone. If you have any doubts, you can unmute. Organizers, please mute them. Okay, thank you. So now, for example, there is a highway. So either NH5 or NH6 highway. So on highway, so we can see there are many trucks and cars, they are moving. For example, if suddenly, if you see, if there is any, may I request the participants to mute your microphone? Madam?
First, all the participants, please mute yourself.
You mute them, madam, you can mute them. Since you are the organizer, you can mute them.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
చెప్పండి సార్.
Oh, still I'm getting noise. So, Daya Kalwa.
అవును సార్.
Mute your microphone, madam. Yes, thank you. Yes. So, for example, so if there is a highway, so on the highway you can see there are many trucks, cars are going on the highway. For example, if you see there is a aeroplane landing on the highway, then that is a abnormal. So then you can see that can be considered as a global outlier, because usually on the highways, so we can see only these kinds of vehicles, but suddenly you are seeing one particular vehicle which is not supposed to be there. So such kind of data points, or we can consider that is a global outlier. Similarly, when you see the traffics on the roads, so if you take any of the roads in the city, either Vijayawada, Hyderabad, whatever it may be, so usually the traffic in midnight 1, 2, 2, 3, something, at that time the traffic is very slow. For example, if you observe the traffic in the midnight, like at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock is high, then you have to be suspicious something went wrong, maybe some accident or something. So that is why that comes under the contextual outlier. So it means, see, there is a traffic jam will be there in the normal times also, in the peak times also, but you are observing in a particular context. So that is why, so it is called contextual outlier. And similarly, if what is that? If there is a highway and people are moving in the wrong, so there is a one way, people are moving in the one way which you are not supposed to go. So if one a driver or one vehicle went in that direction, obviously many other also will follow the same direction. Then it is called the collective. See, all the, it means collectively different data points are going in the wrong direction. So that is called the collective. So don't think that, so since many people are going in the direction, that is not the correct, because sometimes what will happen in the highway, if there is some accident happen, then obviously they used to divert the traffic in another direction. So then that is called the collective outlier. So these are the varieties of the outliers. So we need to handle outliers whenever you see the abnormal behavior. Coming to the intrusion detection system, and what are the different, these are three intrusion detection systems, and various features of this thing. For example, if you see host-based intrusion detection system, it means when you want to detect the intrusion behavior in a particular machine, either laptop or desktop or in a server. So what are the things we need to monitor? So I need to verify what are the different running processes. Okay, what are the different, means how much CPU is utilizing. For example, presently in my machine, I am running Google Meet and I am running the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so the CPU utilization may be 2% or 1% kind of thing. So otherwise, if my suddenly I'm using only these two applications, but my CPU utilization is either 100%, 90%, then something is wrong. Means there must be some other process. It is running background and it is giving, consuming my entire computation power, memory, and all those things. So that is why I need to be cautious about that one. Similarly, network connection. See, I am using only Google Meet. So I need to monitor how many network connections are established with this machine and how much bandwidth is consuming. So if it is more, then I have to be suspicious. Similarly, what are the active users? What are the background process? Okay. Similarly, there is one more thing. The intruders, so they are the smart enough. So what they can do, they can launch the application. Means they can launch the application. Means the intruder program is running. Means they are monitoring, but their source will be deleted. So it is very difficult to identify such kind of thing. Process is there, but so who initiate the process, that you cannot identify. So in that situation, it is very difficult. So we need to identify such kind of process. So check running process that have deleted executable files. We have to be careful about these kind of executable files. So and we have to monitor these kind of activities in a host machine. Similarly, in the network based also, when you are to monitor the network intrusion, so we need to inspect the packets. See, we can install this intrusion detection system in a router or in a device. Okay, so there where we can monitor the different packets, network packets. So one is stateful packet inspection, another one is the deep packet inspection. Stateful packet means we have to monitor the connection establishment, like okay, SYN signal and the AC signal. See what will happen when there is a TCP connection is establishing. So when one machine, host 1 want to communicate with host 2. So how it will happen? First they will send the request message. Okay, SYN. Then if the machine is available and ready to serve the particular request, so it will give the acknowledgement. Okay, or SYN acknowledgement. So it means in response to this request, okay, I am ready to accept your connection and we can communicate further. Like that, it is giving the readiness of this. So now this is half TCP connection. Now once it is ready, again what the host will do, okay, I have received your acknowledgement, so I am also ready to send the messages. Once this is done, so from here onwards, these two machines will communicate themselves. So now this is, if they are exchanging of 3 packets, that is called the full TCP connection. If they are exchanging only the 2 packets, that is called the half TCP connection. So why I am telling these things? So we have to continuously monitor these packets also, these particular packets also, because there are intruders. They used to perform the DOS attacks. Okay, DOS attacks means denial of service attacks. So what the intruder will do? They used to send the number of packets, flood of packets to the other host. So other host is busy with those packets and it is not available for other services. So means other host is busy in replying this acknowledgement. Okay, and it is not able to serve the genuine request also. So that is, for example, in a class, there is a teacher is there and there are 60 students. If one student is asking question, the teacher can answer. So if the simultaneously 10-15 students are asking questions, the teacher may not serve all the requests, may not answer for all the questions of all the students. So it can handle only one question at a time. So the teacher can handle only one question at a time. So that is why other questions are not audible to the teacher and automatically those packets will be dropped. Okay, so that is why the service is not available. Such kind of thing is called the denial of service attack. So that is why we need to monitor who is sending, how many packets they are sending. Okay, and whether it is a half TCP connection or full TCP connection, we have to monitor those packets properly. Okay. Now, based on that, if we feel that is the intruder, then we have to block such kind of packets or requests from the particular IP address. Now another one is deep packet. So deep packet is also same thing, but we need to investigate the inside the packet. Okay, so what kind of packet it is, and what is the protocol they are using, and from which address it is coming, and what are the ports, means which service they are requesting. So all those things we have to investigate, and based on this we have to take a decision whether it is a genuine request or not. So it is a time consuming process also. Now coming to the third kind of intruder, so other one is web application. See, web application in the sense, see, we are having nowadays, people are using many web applications, either apps or applications. Okay, so when you are using those applications, so there is a concept called the SQL injection attack. So SQL injection attack in the sense, actually they are not authorized. So as they are not authorized, but they are trying to attack, means they are trying to log into your machine without knowing your password also. So how it can be done? Using the SQL injection attack. So to do this in the SQL injection attack, so we need to use some single quotes or double quotes kind of thing. So if you want to use single quotes, double quotes, so if you are using single quote, double quotes in the text field, then you have to be suspicious. So that request is towards the SQL injection attack. So that is why we have to be careful about such kind of characters in the input. Similarly, when web application is there, so initially we have to log into the machine. Once you log into that application, there are different pages kind of thing. For example, if you take the student application, so I have to log in, then I can post attendance, I can post marks, okay, all those things will be there. So before login, without login, if you are accessing that attendance page or if you are accessing that marks page, then that is also a suspicious content. So that is why the sequence of access is also important. Means first I have to log into the machine, into the portal, then only I can get access to those pages, those applications, then only it has to be accessed. Otherwise, without login to the system, if you are trying to enter into the module, then you have to be catch hold of these things. Now, URL string aberrations, it means, see, all of we can see in the URL, like, so www.com/ some xyz/ something like that, we are seeing some URL. Okay, so here in this URL, if you are seeing like this, so where this xyz is a folder, this xyz is a folder. So in the URL, what I can say, I can put like this dot something. It means if I am putting dot means, so it is the parent directory of this xyz. It means you are making a request to some other page or some other location, okay, which you are not aware and which you are not authorized also. But so actually the web page is like this: www.com some abc www.abc.com /xyz /abc, something like that, abc.html. It means that abc.html is there in that xyz folder. Okay, and if you are trying to access where this xyz folder and what is the parent of xyz folder and what is its parent, so like this, ultimately if you are using directory, where represents the parent directory. So if you are doing so, finally I can get access where my password files are there. In the Ubuntu machines, the password files are there in the etc some passwd, something like that. So if I do like this // some etc, if I go to, I can go to the etc file and I can get access of this password file also. So that is why in the URL, if you are seeing this dot kind of thing, so then we have to be suspicious kind of thing. So simply all those things, when we can see when web server is receiving the request, so we have to, before serving that request, we have to read what is the URL, what is the request it is making, and what is the packet. So all those things can be monitored in the packet also. What is there in the request actually. So these are the different things which we need to consider for identifying the intruder. Now here, just 1 minute, if it is So, right, my PPT is visible, right? My PPT is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Yes. So here there are variety of activities or malicious activities are happening. Then we may not use this, means the using of the classification model is not the good. So that is why we are going with the time series model, because so our task is to identify the outliers, abnormal behavior. So here when you are dealing with the time series models, so we have to forecast it. It means, so already people are heard about this forecast, in the sense, see, by weather forecast. For example, if you see, based on the sunny or the temperature, the cloudy, based on those things, temperature, we can identify whether it is going to rain or not. So roughly we can estimate also. Okay, so it means in the time series model, we are forecasting something. So how can we forecast? Based on some data. Based on some data, we are forecasting, then actual also we can know. So here what we are doing, we are monitoring the things happening in the machine, and before while monitoring that, we are forecasting something. Means, for example, if there is a intruder enter into the machine, so if there is an intruder or malware in your machine, so obviously the CPU utilization will be more. Obviously the network utilization will be more. Okay, so if you are having that network utilization is more, then immediately you can think that there is a something happening. But what, by building some time series model, what you can say, so in my machine there are only 2-3 processors running, like PowerPoint presentation, some Google Meet is running, but I'm expecting my CPU utilization is 2% or 5%. But if I observe, if I forecast, my forecast is, so it since based on the present application, my forecast is the CPU utilization must be only 3% or 4%. But because the intruder is there, some malware is there, if my actual value is some 50%. So because the forecast and the actual value I can compare, and based on the difference I can come to a conclusion. So there is something wrong. So that is why first what I have to do is I have to forecast it, then I have to compare, then I can take a decision. So what are the different comparative mechanisms to identify whether it is a outlier or not, and things is what is the methods for the forecasting. So first we will see the methods for the forecasting. So forecasting is nothing but, so there is a data, so historic patterns are there and random variation is there. So once we take this data, we have to build a model. So what is there in the historic pattern? So you can observe, so level, so whether the data is fluctuating in and around some mean. So means always my mean is constant, then that is a level pattern. So trend, so trend in the sense the data exhibits an increasing or decreasing pattern. So data increasing or decreasing pattern in the sense when it will happen. For example, Amazon announces say some sale, so then obviously the traffic to that particular site will be increased. Similarly, TTD website. So today they released for the rooms. Okay, a few days ago they released for the some Seva tickets. So then obviously the traffic for the particular machine will be increased. So there is a trend. And seasonality. So seasonality means, so the data is either increasing or decreasing, and it maintains some pattern during some particular time. So for example, you can see what is that, during rainy season only you can observe the rains. Okay, other than that, if you are observing some rains in the other than rainy season, either winter or summer, so that is some abnormal because of something, so we are getting rains. So that is why seasonality, so we have to observe those based on the seasons, means some time periods we can say. So cycle means patterns are created by economic fluctuations, so we cannot identify. Sometimes it is increasing, sometimes it is decreasing. So that is what random variations cannot be predicted. Now these are the things I can say here. The first one is the season level, so where the fluctuations are in and around the average only, mean only, and this is the trend, so it is increasing. Similarly, the seasonal pattern. So for sometimes it is increasing, for sometimes it is decreasing, some like this. It is going on. And cycles. So it is we cannot identify, like sometimes it is decreasing, sometimes it is increasing over a period of time. These are the various patterns. Now, if you look into different models, how can we forecast? Okay, the first one is Navi method. So Navi method is, if you want to forecast at time t plus 1, it is same as the actual at time t. It is same as the actual at time t. It means, for example, I want to predict whether it will be rain today. So if it is rain yesterday, then my prediction is, so okay, today also it will be rain. So this is simple. But whether the accuracy, what about the accuracy is? So the accuracy is good when it is maintaining some level patterns. So the forecast is same as the previous actual value. Similarly, simple mean. So simple mean in this model, how can we predict? So the forecast at time t plus 1 is nothing but the average of the actual values, average of the actual value values. So we have to average of the previous all available data. So then that is the simple mean. Now here moving average means, simply means we will consider all data, all previous data. Whereas moving average means we can consider only previous some part of the previous data. It means either 1 week data, 4 weeks data kind of thing. Based on that, we can do the average and we can forecast it. So this is the difference. Simple means we can consider all the available data. Whereas, so in moving average, we will consider only average value of the data over some set of period. Recent data over a set of period. Okay, now coming to weighted moving average. So here we are giving some weights. We are giving weights. So usually more weight to the recent prediction, more weight to the recent actual value. So in this example, what we are doing, so 0.4 weight to the actual value at time t minus 1 and 0.3 weight to the actual value at time t minus 2, so on like that. So this is weighted moving average. So that is depends on us. So how many previous values you want to consider, whether 1 value, 2 value, 3 value. So accordingly, we have to give the weights. So obviously the weights must be 100%. Now, see here, oh, there is again issue with this slide. Yeah. Next one is exponential smoothing. So here, till now what we are observing is we are considering the previous values, previous actual values. Now, in this we are considering the previous forecast and what the error also. So that is why, so exponential smoothing, if you look into this formula, the forecast at t plus 1 is alpha into at means actual value at time t, and 1 minus alpha into forecast value at time t. So what is the previous forecast and what is the actual value? Okay, and we are considering those things, and we are considering some alpha. Usually the alpha value is between, the smoothing coefficient is between 0 to 1. So better to use either 0.1 or 0.2 as the alpha, then it will give the better results also. Now we'll see some example here. So how can we do this one? So 2 period moving average, 4 period moving average. So 2 period weighted moving average. So I have some data. How can we do this one? Okay. Now, so 2 period in the sense I have to consider only 2 values. So here I have, what is the, this is actual value 680. I want to forecast value here. So how is my forecast? So since it is a 2 period means I need to consider the average of the previous 2 values. It means the forecast of this particular is 820 plus 775 by 2. So 2 period means previous 2 values we have to consider for the averaging. So like that we can predict the values. Similarly, 4 period means previous 4 values we have to consider now to predict the value at F5. So forecasted value at time period 5. So it must be 820 plus 775 plus 680 plus 655 by 4. We have to average it. Now 2 period weighted average. So I have to define some weight. So for example, if I want to forecast here, let us say F2. So how can I forecast? So I have to define some weights like 0.6 into 775 means I'm giving 60% weightage to the most recent value and 40% to the previous value. Okay. This is the 2 period weighted. So like this, I can forecast the values. Now exponential smoothing. So exponential smoothing already we have seen that formula. So alpha into actual value plus 1 minus alpha into previous forecast value. So consider the alpha is 0.1. So we can get these values. So if you observe, so at the this period 9, so the actual value is 775. So if I follow these mechanisms, the values are 743, 759, 732, 776. Okay. Similarly, at the value 10 period also, we are able to predict the value. So if you observe, see that depends on the data also, and that depends on the periods. Sometimes if you consider 4 periods, you will get some better result. Sometimes you can use some weighted average. That also you can give the better results. So exponential smoothing also giving better. In this case, the exponential smoothing is giving the better result. How can I say? So if you look into the difference actually. So how can I find that? So not only one this particular value. So we need to identify the mean errors actually. So mean errors in the sense, what is the actual value and what is the predicted value, what is the difference and square of those errors. So actual value minus the predicted value, that is the error, and error square. So and average of those errors square, then you can get that mean square error. So based on that, which one is giving the less mean square error, that one we can consider for the next predictions. That is one thing. Now forecasting trend. So if you are considering the trend also into consideration, okay, if you are including the trend also, then how can I forecast the value? See here, first smoothing the level, like so ST equals to alpha 80, this is the actual value, plus 1 minus alpha into ST minus 1. So this is the previous smoothing level of the series, and TT minus 1, this is the trend. Then smoothing the trend. So what is ST minus 1? So the smoothing of the series, what is the previous values? So the difference, and 1 minus beta into previous trend. Then ST plus T is nothing but this is my forecast. So here what I am considering, I am including the trend also. We are including the trend also, such that whenever there is a trend, we can get the better results. Here is one example given. For example, there is a company which uses the exponential smoothing with the trend to forecast usage of its lamp products. At the end of the July, the company wishes to forecast sales for August. So at the end of July, they want to forecast what is their sales in the August. But they know their demand in the July is 62. Their demand in July is 62, and the trend through June is 15. Means, so trend means the 15 more products are being selling from in the July. So actually they are predicting something, but because of season or whatever it may be, so 15 products are more they sold out in that particular 15 additional gallons of products sold per month. Now the average sales has been 57. Now the company uses alpha is 0.2 and beta is 0.1. So alpha used for the smoothing the series and beta used for the smoothing the trend. Now what is the forecast? Means how many gallons are required? So in the month of the August. So for that, what it is given, the July demand is given. So based on that, we have to identify the August demand, and at the same time there is a trend in the June 15, so I have to identify what is the trend in the July also. So once I know the July trend, then I can consider that. So here alpha is 0.2, that is a 0.2 into 62, because 62 is the July demand. Then 1 minus alpha, nothing but 0.8 plus ST minus 1. So ST minus 1 is, this is the previous value. What is the previous value? 62 is the July demand. Then what about the June? Since the June is not given, so it is here, it is mentioned average sales. So that is why we are considering this may be the June. So 57 is the average, and there is a trend in the June. So what is the, how much is the trend? 15 is the trend. So finally we are getting, this is the expecting, or this may be the demand in the July. This may be the demand in the July. Okay. So this may be the actual value in the July. Already demand is 62 is given. This is the actual value in the July. Now coming to the trend. So if you look into the trend, so beta value is, we have chosen 0.1 into, so this is the actual value is 70 and the average is 57. So 70 minus 57 is, and plus 0.9 into 15 is the trend. So trend in the June. So we are getting 14.8 is the trend. So means the trend in June is 15. The trend in July is also more or less same, 14.8. So but actual demand in the July is 62, but actual happened is 70. So then if you put together 70 plus 14.8, so this may be your forecast. So finally they may sell 1884 point something in that August. Now coming to the forecast seasonality, so we have to consider the season. So whenever we are having a season, based on the season, the sales can be increase or decrease. So that is why we have to consider the seasonality also into picture. So how it is calculated? How we need for that? For this we need to identify the seasonality index. So how to calculate? Calculate the actual demand. Calculate the actual demand of each season by the average demand per season for the year. Then take the average of all the demands. Now we can see with some example. So now there is a university. They want to develop some forecast mechanism. So forecast mechanism for the quarterly enrollments kind of. Okay. So here for 1 year they are given. So in 1 year. So for fall season, admissions are 24,000. So may request other members to please mute yourself. Please mute yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Please
Good morning. Good morning. Just good morning. Double, eh?
Please mute your microphone.
అంతకుముందు ముగ్గురే ఇచ్చారా?
వెంకట హనుమంతరావు.
ఓకే.
వెంకట హనుమంతరావు మేడం, ప్లీజ్ మ్యూట్ వెంకట హనుమంతరావు మేడం.
ఓకే.
సరిత మేడం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సరిత మేడం. సరిత మేడం.
Okay, madam. So who created this meeting link? Now you are having the control. If by mistake anyone terminated my call, please mute them.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Madam, ఇప్పుడు ఓకే కదా?
Okay. Coming back. So there is an university. So they want to predict the season-wise enrollment. Okay, so here for 1 year, their enrollment in the fall season is 24,000, winter is 23,000, like that. For 4 seasons, they are given. Finally, the total enrollment in 1 year is 80,000, another is 84,000. Now, for the 3rd year, they set a target of 90,000. They set a target of 90,000, and so in which year, in which quarter they have to get how many, so they have to forecast it. Means how many enrollments they have to put a target for fall, and how many enrollments they have to put a target for the winter season, such that finally they can achieve this 90,000 for entire year. So to do this, so first we need to calculate the average. So the average is 20,000. Now calculate the seasonal index. So how to calculate the seasonal index? 24,000 divided by 20,000, where 24,000 is the actual enrollments by 20,000 is the average of the enrollments in that particular year. So we got 1.2 seasonal index in this year. Similarly, I can calculate the seasonal index for winter also. So 23,000 divided by 20,000. I'll get some index. Similarly, 19,000 divided by 20,000, 14,000 divided by 20,000. We'll get the seasonal index for all the seasons in the year one. Similarly, calculate the seasonal index for the second year also. Okay. Now, when you are identifying what is that to estimate the next year. To estimate the next year enrollment in a particular season, so how we can calculate? First, the 90,000 is the target. So 90,000 is the target. So based on the 90,000, how can we in fall how many enrollments are required? In winter how many enrollments are required? So that we need to identify. So now I know the previous seasonal index for the fall and second year seasonal index for fall is this one. Now 1.1, 1.238. So calculate the average seasonal index. So this 1.22 is the average seasonal index for the fall. Now my average enrollment is 22,500. So how I am getting this one? The total enrollment is 90,000. By 4 I am getting 22,500. Now the target for fall season in the year 3 is 22,500 into the average seasonal index. My average seasonal index is 1.22. If I do this, I can get 27,450. Okay. Now, similarly, I can get the estimation for the forecast for the winter also. I can get the forecast for spring also. Spring also, right? So now here, what I am telling here is, so if you are forecasting 27,450, okay, then based on that, if you are able to reach the actual value, then no issues. If you are not able to reach, means instead of 27,000, if you are able to make only 25,000 or 26,000, so to make your total admissions or enrollments is 90,000, definitely you have to put more efforts to get the more enrollments in the either winter, spring or summer. So that is why you have to estimate all those things. So this is the example for the seasonality. Similarly, when you are identifying the intruders also, see the behavior. So the moment, so what is the usage of the CPU or what is the usage of the bandwidth when there is an Amazon sale, in particular Republic Day sale or summer sale or some other Ugadi sale, whatever it may be. So you need to take all those things into consideration, and based on that only we have to make available of the resources. Means how many number of connections are parallelly giving. So the server load has to be increased. So based on that they can increase, and apart from that, if there is any abnormal behavior, we can identify. So for example, if your forecast is 27,450 in this fall, okay, then if it is less than 27,450, then something is wrong. We have to identify, and immediately we can take the corrective measures. So in this case, if you are getting more value, that is not an abnormality, because university getting more admissions, that is the positive sign only. But in this case, if you are getting the less admissions, then we have to be we can call that as an outlier. Now, stationarity. So stationarity of the time series. So it is required when it is not depend on the time. So when it is not stationarity, so what you have to do to make it stationarity? So we have to make the difference between the time series. To make the series is the stationary, we have to make the difference between the two observations. So that is called to make the non-stationary time series. So we have to compute the difference in the subtraction of the previous two values. Now, why I am telling now, I am going to the next model. So the next model is ARIMA model. So ARIMA model, it is a popular model, and there are many variants of this ARIMA also. Just I am giving small introduction about these models. Okay. So ARIMA model, in this ARIMA AR, AR refers to the autoregressive. So MA refers to the moving average. I represents the integration. So ARIMA, ARI, MA. So AR represents the autoregressive, MA represents the moving average, I represents the integration. So here autoregression. So autoregression in the sense logistic regression or linear regression means we are depending on the previous. There are many variables, but in the autoregression, so the variables depends on the same variable of the past value. So here in the previous case, what we are taking, so either enrollment or all those things. So we are depending on the same values, same enrollment values. Okay, so not admissions. So some example I have shown now. So there we are given only one variable. So the prediction is depending on the previous past value. So that is called the auto-regression. So here the definition, it is a linear combination of the past values of the same variable. So that is why when I want to predict the value at time t, it is nothing but some factor into t minus 1, some factor into t minus 2, so on, like that. Okay. So if I say AR of P means autoregression with degree P. So what is the degree means? So how many past values I have to consider? So yt minus 1, yt minus 2, so on, yt minus P. Up to P terms we have to consider. Up to P terms we have to consider means the prediction will depend on the past values of the same variable. Past values of the same variable. Whereas this C and this ETR, they are the some constants. Now, moving average. So this moving average is required regarding the forecast error. See, you are actually something and your forecast is something, and there is each time there is a difference also. Okay, whenever you are having the difference, that error also taken into consideration such that if I take this error into consideration next time, so I can make the somewhat more closer value. Okay, so that is why errors also we need to consider. For this errors, we are applying this moving average technique. So moving average technique means, so MA of Q degree. So how many values, how many past values we can consider? So Q factors I have to consider. So t minus 1, t minus 2, so on up to t minus q. So previous q errors I can consider in the by the fashion of the moving average models. Now ARIMA. So autoregressive integrated moving average. So the model has to represent with PDQ. ARIMA of PDQ. So where P represents the order of the autoregressive part and Q represents the order of the moving average part, and D represents the degree of the first differencing involved. So to make the series stationary, we have to perform the differencing. So here y cap t minus 1, it means it is not the yt minus 1, means it is not the value at t minus 1. It is the difference of the predictions. Like you can consider this is the actual value at yt minus 1 and yt minus 2. So that I can write as yt minus 1. So here it is representing the difference at time t minus 1. What is the difference? Difference of the values. Okay. Why we are using difference? Whenever it is the series is not stationary, we have to make the stationary. So we have to use the differencing part. So finally, so this is the final expression for our ARIMA model. And now see some examples. So ARIMA 1, 0, 0. So where my P equals to 1 and D is 0, Q is 0. It means there is no error part. There is no moving average part. Okay, and degree 0. So D is 0 means, so there is no differencing part is also not there. Only what we are having, so P part. So here the value, the predicted, the forecasted time t is nothing but some constant plus theta 1 y t minus 1. Means it is depending on the previous one value only. So P is 1 means it is depending on the previous one value only. So t minus 1. If my P is 5 or 6 or means I have to consider theta 1 into yt minus 1 plus theta 2 into yt minus 2, so on like that. So this is about the ARIMA, this is first order autoregressive model. So I am not including any average part or a moving average part or the differencing also. Now ARIMA 0, 1, 0. So it is a random walk. So we are considering only the difference. We are considering only the difference, since it is giving only one difference means. So we can say yt equals to yt minus 1 plus mu only. Okay. Now ARIMA 1, 0. So there is no moving average part, and we are having the what is that, p is there, means up to t minus 1 I can include here, and averaging part is also there. Since averaging part is also there, so what we are having, yt minus 1 minus yt minus 2. So since only one term is there, because so we are having only degree is 1, that is why we can have only the one term. Okay, so since differencing is there, so here this is the actual forecast. Okay, so if I say c plus theta 1 into yt minus 1 minus yt minus 2, so again I'll get the difference at yt. It is the difference at the yt. So again this is the differencing. So to get the forecasting, so I have to put this one here, yt minus 1 here. So that is why this equation is like this. Now we can see what are the other models also to use for this prediction. We can also use the neural networks. So in the neural networks also we can use the LSTM or recurrent neural networks. I am not going in detail about that neural networks or RNN or LSTM. Just I am telling how to give the features, how to generate the features. So you are having the time series data. So single dimension time series data is there. This is the time series data. How can I give to the neural network? So usually neural network is in the sense you must have some internal means the input layer and some hidden layer and finally some output layer. Okay, so in this how these things will be connected, so with different neurons. So I'm not going in this detail. So here what I'm telling, so usually neural network is the input layer, hidden layer and output layer. So at the input layer we have to give some inputs and the model will be, the learning will be happened. So finally means the 8 weights will be identified. Finally we can get the model. Now, but here I'm having a time series data. How can I make or how can I convert to the, or how can I feed this time series data to the neural network? So here one approach is there using this 3-gram. So it means we can use we first extract all continuous length n subsequence. In the sense, here in this example we are taking the 3-gram. It means take these 3 values. This is one vector. Similarly, this is another. Just by sliding window, this is another 3 value. So this is another vector. Similarly, 0.14, 1 and 0, this is another vector. So like this I can see. Now, since I am considering only 3 gram, so out of which the first 2 values are the input layer and the third one is the output layer. Third one value is the output layer, and in between you can have different neurons and they can be connected also. They can be connected also, so that depends on your architecture. So, but here input is only 2 neurons. So this 0.5, 0.51 and 0.29 will be given to the input layer, and this 0.14 is the output value. Similarly, 0.29 and 0.14 will be given in the input layer, and 1 will be the output. Like that, we are trying the neural network. Finally, so we can whenever the new data comes. So whenever you want to forecast at the particular time, so just I need to give these 2 values. Okay, then it will predict this value. I can input 0.13 and 0.56 in this model. So automatically, once the model is trained, it is able to predict some value, whatever the value it is, it can predict that one. Okay, so like this, we can use this LSTM for the LSTM or neural network for the time series data. Now, so since 10 minutes. Okay. So here, what we are doing, we are building a model. We are taking the time series data. We are building a model and we are forecasting something. Okay. Now, and when you are forecasting something and you know what is your actual loss, because time series the data will be continuous. So for example, I want to monitor the intruder behavior. Okay, so to identify the intruder behavior, I want to see how much is the CPU utilization, for example. Okay, so my CPU utilization is 3% or 5%, something is there based on the number of processor, whatever it may be. I'm predicting something. Okay, I'm getting something. So whether when my actual value is correct or when my actual value is contains the anomaly behavior. So to do so, we need to have some limits. Means within this range, if the value is there. For example, my forecast is 3, but actually value is 50. My forecast is 10, my actual is 90. So is it acceptable? So what is the limits for that? What is the threshold mechanisms we can use? So for this, there are different mechanisms. One is mean and standard deviation method. Just you calculate the standard deviation of the data series and the mean, then you apply mean plus or minus 3 into standard deviation. So this is 3. That is depends. Like if you are giving the better results, either you can give 3 or 2 or 2.5. That is depends on us. Okay. So it means the our predicted value must be between mean minus SD to mean plus SD. It must be within this range. Your forecast value must be within this range. Then it is a normal value. If it is either less than this or greater than this, then we have to be suspicious. That may be some outlier. This is one approach. Another approach is median absolute deviation. So this will give the good results also. So what is this median absolute deviation? So actually median is nothing but the middle value. Okay. So middle value in the sense when you arrange the data in the series. For example, I'm having the values here 388 some data, right? So the median is exactly the middle value. Once you arrange the data points in the ascending order, the middle value is nothing but the median. So my value is 8. See, but simply if you observe the data 3888 and 4999, so it means there are 4 8s and 4 9s and 1 3. So by seeing this data, you can simply tell that 3 is the outlier. 3 is the outlier. Or if the value is near to 7 or near to 8 and 9, that may not be the outlier, but 3 is far from 8 and 9. So that is why 3 may be the outlier. Okay, whatever it may be. So the data is given and median is 8. So how to identify the threshold based on this median absolute deviation? So first subtract the median from all the series. So my median is 8. So 3 minus 8 is 5. 8 minus 8 is 0, 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 and similar 9 minus 8 is 1, 9 minus 8 is 1, 9 minus 8 is 1, 9 minus 8 is 1. Now, to again find the median from this. So the median for this series is 1. Okay, the median for this series is 1. So now, once we get this median, so what we are using? So I can say this is median absolute deviation. So my MAD is 1. Median of median. So this is 1. Now the range I am specifying 8 minus 1 to, so not 1, 2.5. So we are considering 2.5. Okay. So 8 minus 2.5 to 8 plus 2.5. It means so 5.5 to 10.5. It means if your value is between 5.5 to 10.5, then it is the normal value. So other than this, what you can do, it is the outlier only. So based on this, you are doing something. Finally, you are identifying. So I can exclude this one. Now, once you identify the outlier, so we have to exclude it such that we can get the prominent result. So this is one approach. So to identify the outliers. So whenever in the forecasting also, whenever you want to find the new value also, we can find in the same manner. Okay. Now another approach, grubs outlier. So this grubs outlier, see, whenever you want to identify the outliers, when you arrange all the data points in the ascending order or descending order, obviously the endpoints, either small value or large value, may be the data points, because in between whatever the points are there now, so they are within the range. So data points are far from the actual value. So that is why, so either if the small and larger are the outliers, how to identify using the grubs outlier. So here we have to do some testing. If I want to check whether the smallest value is the outlier, if I want to check whether the largest value is the outlier. So here subtract y means y bar means it is a mean. So subtract the mean from the this one minimum value. Then you apply some s. Then finally s is the some sample value. Okay. So based on this, once we can once you get this g value, then based on the table again identify the critical value. So the formula for the critical value is this one. So once if the test value is greater than the critical value, then we can reject that point and it has a outlier. So nowadays for all these things the formulas are available. So all these are the threshold mechanism such that we can reject the forecast actual values, or we can identify whether there is a threshold or not. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Now you can unmute yourself. Any doubts? Any doubts? Sarita madam?
Sir?
Any doubts? Just you can ask madam. Ask them if anyone is having doubts, they can unmute.
Any doubts, please, sir?
Okay, if you are not having doubts, just thank you. Srinivasan sir. Thank you, madam.
Sir, Naresh sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable session, sir. You have given so much information about how to predict how to convert the time series data into neural networks. So the session was very informative, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Srinivasan sir, good morning.
Namaste. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I am leaving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir Srinivasan sir, very good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
It's my privilege to a very warm welcome to one and all. My great pleasure to introduce our resource person, Professor Asadi Srinivasan Garu, who is currently acting as Head Research and Department of Information Technology at Blue Crest University, Monrovia, Liberia. Sir has 19 years of teaching and industrial experience. Sir has also certifications in many professional bodies such as IBM, 2 Microsoft certifications, 3 EDX, 9 NPTEL, and 4 spoken tutorial project certifications from IIT Bombay. His interests include in data science, big data analytics, data mining, artificial intelligence, pattern recognition, and machine learning. Sir is a professional member of many bodies, namely IEEE, CSI, ACM, ISTE, IING, IACSIT, SCIEI, and SCOM. Sir is an editorial board member for many journals such as JCC, IJAR, CSEE, and also a professional reviewer for many reputed journals. Sir has conducted and acted as resource person for more than 105 international and national conferences, workshops, symposiums, and seminars. Sir has many publications listed in digital libraries and 2 patents for his credit. Sir has received many awards that includes Bharat Vidya Ratan, a national award from International Business Council, Delhi, Best IT Teacher for the year 2020 from ITAP and Tutors Pride, Hyderabad, Best Mentorship from IBM DGMC Challenge Contest and Microsoft in 2011 and 2012, Best Spock of NPTEL Swayam, Best Spock of STP IIT Bombay in 2019, and Best Mentor Internship Award from Internshala AICTE Delhi in 2019. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for a nice introduction. A warm welcome
pleasure,
to
sir.
today national. Yeah, thank you, madam. A warm welcome to today national webinar on data science and its applications. Today we are going to see what are the concepts are if in order to become a data scientist, what are the subjects you need to know? What is the prerequisition of data science? And many concepts. I would like to share with you practicals in machine learning, deep learning, artificial neural networks, and data mining, artificial intelligence, statistics. For each subject, I am going to demonstrate one or two programs with practical demonstration. Okay, before going to data science applications, if you see in the worldwide, within 60 seconds, what is happening? How many systems are connected to the internet? How many servers are connected to the internet? How many mobiles are connected to the internet? So now I would like to see statistics of how many users are in active right now. So I'm going to demonstrate how many users are connected. Now where I am connected to which social network like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or whether you are searching in Google or you have opened Gmail, like. So being a computer or IT student, you may get doubt where the data is coming, how the data is coming, where where I can store the data, what is the representation mechanism of data, huge volume of data, how many servers are required, and these are the many questions you may get in our doubt. Now see, I'm going to open a practical demonstration, internet live stats. Means how many users are connected to the internet. And if you type www.internetlivestats.com, see now, just I have opened the URL web browser. Now see the number is changing drastically. Where the data is coming, how the data is coming. See now here, internet users in the world. Just I have typed www.internetlivestats.com. Total number of websites opened, emails sent today, Google searches today. See, can you read this number? See, number is changing drastically. So that means how many servers are required, where the data is coming from, what are the sources for generating huge volume of data, how many servers are required. So that's why we are moving towards cloud computing. Cloud computing is nothing but it is an internet based technology. Without internet, you cannot access any kind of service or application. Now see how many users are uploading their videos in the YouTube. Maybe triple R movie, some students and some customers are uploading, they are watching. Photos uploaded, tweets. Can you see the number? So internet is a network of networks. There are three types of networks we can see in the real-time environment: local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. See, now how many users are connected to this internet world? So Amazon is the first company moved towards cloud computing because they are providing service to the customers on demand service computing based. like Amazon EC2 and S3. There are various sources for generating huge volume of data, bank transactions, okay, and all social networks. So this is the small information about how we are generating huge volume of data. We have seen through practical how many servers are connected, how many users are connected to the Twitter, Gmail searches, and YouTube. They are uploading their videos, and how many users are sending mails, everything. So now see today's agenda. I'm going to demonstrate and explain. In order to know the data science applications, you must know minimum 3 to 4 subjects. Like first you need to know the statistics is the prime and foremost concept you must know. Then artificial intelligence, data mining, and artificial neural networks, machine learning, and deep learning. In order to solve data science applications, any one programming language must be known, like R programming, Python programming, Java programming, JavaScript, etc. Recently, I have executed 6 biological database applications such as COVID-19 virus prediction and detection using machine learning and deep learning techniques. Right now, I am doing research on Omicron virus prediction and detection. And recently, I have executed Ebola virus prediction and detection using ML and DL techniques, prostate cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer. Recently, I have last 1.5 year completely I'm doing on health data analytics using machine learning and deep learning techniques. I have published 4 SCA journals and remaining Scopus journals. So before see, how do we measure data in systems or servers or data centers? See, computer understands only ones and zeros. If you press capital A in the system cannot understand this is capital A. Internally, it will convert into ASCII format. ASCII is nothing but American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Then capital A value is 65. If you divide it by 2, the value is 10000. So that is the binary equivalent of 65. So system can understand within fraction of seconds. That means computer understands only ones and zeros. How do we measure data in data science? 1 bit is equal to 0 or 1. 4 bits is equal to 1 nibble. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. 4 bytes is equal to 1 word. 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobytes is equal to megabytes. After megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, hexabytes, octabytes, zettabytes, and yottabytes. Hi, I am Robo. My speed is 1 terabytes and my memory is 1 zettabyte. Before that Robo movie, we don't know even the terminology of how do we measure in the systems or servers or data center. Thanks to Director Shankar and Hero Rajni sir, they have introduced beautiful terminology of zettabytes and terabytes. So yesterday night I have searched in the Google. There are 2 more terminologies presented. Those are 1024 yottabyte is equal to 1 brontobyte. 1024 brontobyte is equal to 1 geobyte. Not JIO geobyte. That stupid service provider ruined students' life. This is a GEO geobyte. 1024 geobytes is equal to infinity. If you ask me after that any terminology is presented, no, infinity. If you see same terminology in normal range and big data range, in mathematical, if you see kilobyte is equal to 10 power 3 and megabyte is equal to 10 power 6, gigabyte is equal to 10 power 9, Terabyte is equal to 10 power 12. If you see in the big data range, petabyte is equal to 10 power 15, hexabyte is equal to 10 power 18, zettabyte is equal to 10 power 21, yottabyte is equal to 10 power 24. Then brontobyte is equal to 10 power 27, geobyte is equal to 10 power 30. So this is the way we are measuring huge volume of data in a system or server or in data center. So actually, I'm taking 1 week, 15 days corporate training for Microsoft, TCS, Google. Recently, I have conducted various corporate trainings for employees. So this is the syllabus I have explained. Day 1, Introduction to Data Science. Day 2, Python Programming. And Day 3, Statistics. These are the various techniques of statistics. Then Artificial Intelligence. What are the top 10 artificial intelligence algorithms? I'm going to demonstrate. And data mining concepts, including classification, clustering, association rule mining, outlier detection, recommender engine, various concepts and techniques I am explaining. Then Day 6, artificial neural networks and the types of artificial neural networks. Okay, feed forward, back forward, various techniques I'm explaining. Day 7, machine learning with top 10 algorithms. And Day 8, deep learning with the top 10 algorithms. Then followed by the projects. So far, I have executed various applications using ML and DL with help of Python programming. Nearly 24 applications I have demonstrated for the students and the corporate employees. So this is the syllabus of data science applications. Now see what is the prerequisition of data science. You must have knowledge on statistics, like inferential statistics and descriptive statistics. Then basic mathematics, you must know the concept of linear algebra and calculus. Then any one programming language called Python or Java, JavaScript, Excel, etc. This is the prerequisition of data science. And my own analysis, this is my own chart. So prerequisition of data science, first you must have knowledge on data. What is meant by data? Data is a raw material. Data may be a fact. Data may be an image, audio, video, text, graphics, animation, etc. So once we have a data, huge volume of data, we are processing the data. Okay, by applying various tools and techniques. So processed data is called information. Collection of interrelated data is called database. And a collection of interrelated data with the help of softwares, we are creating a database that is called DBMS. We are managing the database with the help of SQL, traditional database tools, NoSQL database, etc. like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access, etc. The combination of data and the database management system is called database system. Subset of, see, we are storing small amount of data in a server or data center or a system is called a data mart. That is called a subset of a data warehousing. Data warehousing is nothing but a storing of a huge volume of data. That is called a collection of data marts. Data warehouse is also called as online analytical processing. Once we are storing huge volume of data in a server or a system, data center, we are extracting meaningful interested patterns by applying classification, clustering, association rule mining, outlier detection, recommender engine. We are doing data analytics. Then comes to the latest buzzword in the industry, big data. It deals with the big data sets like Facebook, Twitter, okay, YouTube, the NASA data, weather forecasting data, traffic data, trade market data, etc. There are three major issues or challenges of big data classified into volume, velocity, variety. Volume is says that the size of the data. Variety is what kind of the size of the data we are handling in the real-time environment. Maybe terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, octabytes, yottabytes, zettabytes, brontobytes, or geobytes. Then variety. Variety is nothing but what kind of files we are handling in the real-time environment. We are handling XML files, HTML files, audio files, video files, various kinds of files we are handling in a real-time environment. That is called variety. And velocity is nothing but the speed at the motion at uploading, downloading real-time data, near-time data, legacy data, old data, what is the speed? That is called volume. Now the latest trend in the market, buzzword in the market, that is called data science. Data science is the process of examining and searching for or extracting insights from huge volume of data by applying statistics or computational methods or AI, ML and DL algorithms. We are generating interested insights or applications. That is called data science. This is the my own prerequisition chart for data science. Any doubts, my dear participants? If you are having any doubts, please post query in the chat box so that I can answer for your queries. No hesitation. You can ask any query, any subject. I have listed 8 subjects. Any doubt, any practical, any theoretical, any tool or technique. I am ready to explain your query. So be interactive. What is the technical name of this image? Can anyone give answer in the chat box? Please. What is the technical name of this image? What is this image?
Word cloud,
Please.
sir.
Fantastic. Who's that?
Yes, sir.
Madam.
Myself, the lecturer in Macharla Degree College, sir.
Oh, fantastic answer. So give a big round of applause to Madam. She has given a wonderful answer. The technical name of this image is called word cloud. See how you are publicizing about your college through pamphlets, through SMS, through dashboards, various ways of publicizing about your college. Now I am going to publicize about data science with help of word cloud. I am integrating all sort of knowledge, tools and techniques. See here, programming, solving, process, knowledge, structure, system, everything we have incorporated in this image. This is called word cloud, data science word cloud. Next, data is a central to data science. Without data, there is no database applications. Data are characteristics or information, usually numeric, that are collected through observation. So this is we are storing huge volume of data in the servers or data centers with help of SQL, MySQL, Teradata, Mongo database, etc. So there are types of data. We are categorizing 2 types: categorical data, numerical data. Data is nothing but a raw material. And there are 2 types of data we have classified: categorical data, numerical data. And categorical data examples like marital status, political party, eye color, blue eye, red eye, green eye. So then numerical data we are classifying into discrete data and continuous data. Continuous data is nothing but our age is continuously growing. Sometimes our weight also continuously growing. So then if you see the quite opposite of continuous is discrete data, like number of children, we stopped it. Defects per hour. So we are counting the items. These are the two types of data. How do we collect the data from the various sources? Data collection tools. So through interviews, we can collect the data by observational data with a deep manner, and observation, survey. Through surveys, we are collecting the data, and usage of data, focus groups, etc. These are the various data collection tools. And what are the data science sources? See, data is everywhere, and it can help organizations, any industry, in many different ways. We are collecting various kinds of data from various sources. Data has become too complex and too dynamic to be able to processing the data, to store the data, to analyze the data, and managing with the traditional tools like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access, etc. These are the various data sources such as social network data, financial data, multimedia data. Multimedia data is nothing but combination of audio, video, text, graphics, animation. Like best example is YouTube data, that is called multimedia data. Then data from enterprise resource planning systems data, Internet of Things, collection of all real-time objects in a network, that is called Internet of Things. Mobile apps data, nowadays each student, each faculty can generate a huge volume of data. Per day you are forwarding minimum 2 kinds of data, maybe audio data, video data, images, text data. Okay, and cameras data, data in marketing, data in healthcare, social media data, mission sensor data, microphones data, various sources for generating huge volume of data. Then what is a data science workflow? First, we are capturing the data, we are collecting the data, then we are managing and cleaning the data, pre-processing the data. We are eliminating redundant data, noisy data, inconsistent data, dirty data by applying various pre-processing techniques like binning, box plot, etc. Then exploratory analysis is nothing but classifying the data. You are transforming one format to another format, that is called exploratory analysis. And then finally we are generating dashboards. We are analyzing scorecards, pie chart, bar chart, line chart, etc. Visualization graphs we are generating. That is called reporting. This is the data science workflow. So we are capturing the data, I have explained, from various sources. Then we are managing the data with the help of pre-processing techniques. We are pre-processing of data, then it becomes information, that is valid data. You can give input to the system. Then exploratory analysis, performing different analysis and visualizing data. Then fine analysis, we are digging deeper into the data for answering the queries and fine-tuning predictive models for the most accurate results. And finally, we are generating the report with help of bar chart, pie chart, and dashboards, so scorecards, line chart, etc. So these are the characteristics of data science in corporate level: business understanding and intuition, curiosity. So business understanding is nothing but it is the most important characteristic unless you understand the problem. How to generate huge volume of data by applying various tools and techniques of data science. Then the understanding between you and service provider or customer, I mean organization. Then curiosity, data science is not a new field. It has been there before also, but we don't know how to integrate with various fields. That's why it is a multidisciplinary subject. Okay. And if you see the real characteristics of data science like volume, velocity, and variety. So volume says that the size of the data, whether we are handling megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes. Then velocity says that speed at motion of the data, how we are uploading, downloading files, whether it is real-time data, near-time data, periodic data, batch processing, legacy data, world data, etc. Then comes to the data variety. What kind of files we are handling? Audio, video, text, graphics, animation, various files we are handling. Then see the first topic, introduction to data science. It is a process of examining large amounts of data of a variety of types, maybe XML file, HTML file, audio files, video files, text files, graphics files, SQL files, MySQL files, Teradata files, variety of types. That is called big data. To uncover hidden patterns, we are extracting meaningful, interested data, unknown correlations, and other useful information. That is called data. By applying statistical, AI, data mining techniques, we are generating interested analytics. That is called data science. Why do they care about data science? See, simple answer is, if you are having more data, it leads to the more knowledge. If you are having more knowledge, it leads to the more money. Definitely, business magnates, they are thinking of how to increase their business, whether it is a small scale or a middle or a huge scale volume of industries. They are increasing their own business by applying various tools and techniques. So more knowledge leads to the better customer engagement, fraud prevention, and the new products we are generating. So the caption of data science is more data leads to the more knowledge leads to the more money. Why do we want to learn data science? See, there are 5 reasons. It is a fuel for 21st century because it integrates various kinds of subjects. We are not sticking only one subject. That's why these days you can see the hard job in industry, full stack developer. Full stack developer is nothing but he knows front end, he knows back end, how to develop. He knows how to connect front end, back end. Front end I'm using Java, JavaScript or Python, etc. And back end I'm using SQL databases or no SQL databases. Okay, like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access, or no SQL databases like Mongo database, Hive, HBase, etc. So that's why full stack developer having very good packages in the industry because he knows how to use front end, how to use back end, how to use connectivity to front end to back end, everything. Then next reason is problem of demand and supply. So nowadays all industries are seeking for data analysis, data analytics generation. Then a lucrative career. If you see in America, in India, highest paid packages for data scientist. This is the hot job in industry right now. Minimum 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs per annum. Average student is getting. Recently, one of my student got 75 lakhs per annum. He became as a data scientist. Then data science is changing the world. Yes, it is true, because in every field we are integrating with artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning techniques. That's why data science is changing the world. Then data science is future. Yes, definitely. Then data science can add value to any business who can use their data well. And from statistics and insights across workflows and hiring new candidates to helping senior staff make better informed decisions, we are generating huge volume of analytics, and data science is valuable to any company in any industry. That's why learn data science? Very important. See, what is the purpose of data science? In order to generate the insights or interested analytics, in order to increase the business, we are using data science. First, we are extracting the data. See, first we are collection of data from various sources. Then extracting data from various sources, maybe a structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Then we are pre-processing. Then we are applying classification, clustering, association rule mining, outlier detection, recommender engine, etc. Then finally we are generating insights from the data. That is called data analytics. Then if you see, the Facebook alone generates more than 1000 terabytes of data daily. And if you take Jet Airways and the stock market exchange, they are also generating huge volume of data per hour. So there also you can take from the huge volume of data. Data science is a collection of data sets, maybe health data, healthcare data, traffic data, weather forecasting data, NASA data, etc., which is so large and complex. When we can call it as a complex? See, there are a number of columns, number of dimensions are more. So definitely your data set becomes very complex. That it is called difficult to handle using DBMS tool. That's why we are not using traditional tools like SQL, MySQL, Teradata. We are not using traditional tools. That's why we are going to big data tools like Hadoop, Spark, or MATLAB, etc. Then there are three types of data we can see in the data science. Structured data is nothing but with the help of traditional tools, we are creating tables, we are performing transactions, and we are storing legacy data. With the help of SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access, we are creating structured data. If you see, the unstructured data is nothing but there is no schema, there is no procedure, there is no relation, but we are creating a database is called unstructured data with the help of Hadoop, Spark, MATLAB, R, Hive, HBase, various tools we are using in order to process the unstructured data. Example, audio, video, text, graphics, animation, etc. Then semi-structured data is nothing but 50% of structured data, 50% of unstructured data we are handling in the real-time environment. That is called semi-structured data. My dear participants, my dear colleagues, is it my pace is okay, or am I fast? Or if you are having any doubts, please ask me. Madam,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
please,
It's
yeah,
okay.
it is okay.
It is okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, my voice is audible without
Yes,
any
sir.
disturbance. Yeah,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you. So, who are the use cases in the industry, in the market? Who are the use cases of data science? See, Amazon is the first company, LinkedIn, and Google, Disney Parks, Facebook, Uber, Twitter. These are the use cases of data science. They have entered into this data science world. They are utilizing tools and techniques, and they're performing and generating a huge amount of business they are generating. Then what is the structure of data science? If you see the structure, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. In tier 1, we are using structured data and unstructured data, and we are giving as input to the system. Then we are choosing the tools and techniques like Hadoop, Hive, MapReduce, MATLAB, or Python, any tools and techniques. Even you can take data mining tools like Weka, RapidMiner, GGoB, SPSS, SAS, etc. Then we are generating analytics, and we are generating report like scorecards, dashboards, pie chart, bar chart, line chart, etc. So data processing is nothing but we can call it as a big data with the help of big data technologies, or about discovering patterns, developing of data science standards, and even software, with the help of open source softwares, tools. Very big companies, they are using their own softwares, open source tools. Big companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, etc. And we are handling in the real-time environment various data file formats: audio, video, text, graphics, animation, documents, books, SQL, DB2 files, MySQL files, Teradata files, MS Access, flat files. So if students are there, can I ask the question, what is a flat file? Which file we can call it as a flat file? See, it is a industry terminology. Flat file is nothing but we are handling document files, spreadsheet, Excel, PowerPoint presentation. These files we can call it as a flat files. We are handling in the real-time environment various files. If you see, the data science is a multidisciplinary subject or interdisciplinary subject. It uses scientific methods, process. We are using visualization methods, data engineering, advanced computing, and statistical operations, various algorithms, and we are extracting knowledge and insights from many structural and unstructural data with help of various tools and techniques. So that's why data science is a combination of various subjects like visualization, scientific methods, statistical computing, statistical modeling, and data technology, data research, data consulting, and real world applications, scientific methods, etc. And if you see, the data science is also known as a data driven science, and it is also called as a knowledge discovery database. That's why it is called interdisciplinary field, about scientific methods, processes, and systems to extract meaningful insights, interested patterns from the huge volume of data by applying scientific thinking, statistical methods, computer engineering, innovative technologies, etc. So data science is a multidisciplinary subject with the combination of data mining, artificial intelligence, machine learning, neurocomputing, pattern recognition.
Excuse me, sir. Your voice is not audible, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Your voice is not audible, sir. No, sir. Your voice is not audible. So still your voice is not audible, sir. I think you are trying to say something, but we didn't receive.
Sir,
Not technical.
sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir, but your voice is not audible, sir.
So I request all the participants, please be online. There is a technical glitch at the side of resource person. Within few minutes, SAR will be connect. Please be online. Sir, still your voice is not audible, sir. Yes, your presentation is visible, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Hello, madam. My screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible, sir. Now your voice is also audible.
My voice is audible, madam.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So now, see, the process of data science we are classifying into preparation of data. In the preparation we are acquiring the data, reformat and clean the data. Then we are doing analysis. There we are performing executing scripts, edit analysis scripts, inspect outputs. Is there any errors? We are going to debug, and we are performing various pre-processing techniques, and we are applying various classification clustering analysis. If anything, would like to perform comparisons, make comparisons. One second, madam. Disturbance is coming.
Hello, madam. Now my voice is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and finally, decimation. So that means we are exploring, we are writing reports, deploying online applications, and we are sharing our experiments. That is called a decimation. If you see the how to become a data scientist, so by applying all this knowledge like database and process, statistics, machine learning, visualization, and then data mining, you need to have solve real time problems, coding, creativity, communication, public speaking. Then you can become as a data scientist. So data science is to capturing the data by applying data acquisition, data entry, signal processing, extraction. Then maintaining means data warehousing. There we are performing data cleansing, data staging, data processing, data architecture. Then we are processing like data mining, clustering, classification, data modeling. Then we are analyzing, exploratory, confirmatory analysis, predictive analysis, regression, text mining, qualitative analysis. Finally, we are communicating with the customers. Data reporting, data visualization, business intelligence, decision making. So this is the life cycle of data science. Business understanding, we are understanding the problem. Then data collection, data preparation, exploratory data analysis, modeling, model evaluation, model deployment. So these are the main components of data science. First one is data exploration. In this data exploration, what we are doing, we are collecting huge volume of data. It consumes the most amount of data. That is called data exploration. Then modeling is nothing but simplified version of the reality by applying classification, clustering, association, rule mining, outlier detection we are performing. Then testing the model, whether that particular application or software is working properly or not. We are with the help of black box testing, white box testing, we are writing test cases. Then we are checking the model is giving correct results or not. Then finally we are deploying the application, deploying the model, or we are deploying a model into the market once the final product is ready. These are the main components of data science. And actual core components of data science is nothing but data. I think everybody knows there may be 3 types of data we are taking as input to the system: structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Then we are using big data tools like Hadoop, Spark, MATLAB, R, Excel, etc. Then next component is machine learning, learning from the observational data. There are 3 types of machine learning techniques: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Then statistics and probability, we are applying various statistical techniques like linear regression, nonlinear regression, logistic regression, and distributions like Poisson distribution, okay, normal distribution we are applying. Then any one programming language like R programming, Python, JavaScript, etc. These are the major components of data science. Then what is the difference between data analyst and data scientist? Data analyst performing 2 tasks like business administration. It includes domain specific responsibility. For example, marketing analyst, campaign management, financial analyst, equity research, etc. Then a data analyst performing data exploration, analysis, and insights. Including with the 2 tasks, data scientist is performing 3 more tasks, such as advanced algorithm and machine learning techniques is applying. Data product engineering is applying. That is called tasks of data scientist. Then these are the top 10 algorithms of data science. Today I am going to demonstrate these algorithms: linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, naive bayes, k nearest neighbor, support vector mission. It is a classification technique. K means clustering. It is a clustering algorithm. Principal component analysis. It is a image processing, face recognition application, neural networks, random forest. It is a classification techniques. These are the data science algorithms. These are the various data science tools like software analysis, statistical software. Okay, SAS is nothing but a statistical analysis software. You can use SPSS, statistical package for social science, Apache Spark, BigML, D3, MATLAB, Excel, ggplot, Tableau. Tableau is a visualization tool. Jupyter is a editor or a tool for in order to run the Python scripting. Matplotlib, natural language toolkit, scikit-learn, TensorFlow. These are the various packages in deep learning, and Veka is a data mining tool. These are the various data science tools. And these are the data science tools for small business. Suppose you are running very small scale industry, you can use Excel. I think everybody knows. And Google Analytics, see Burst, Crazy Egg, Kissmetrics, ClickSense, Insight Squared, Tableau, TIBCO Spotfire, Clear Story Data. These are the data science tools for small business. Then go to the data science tools like Tableau, it's a visualization tool. Excel, everybody knows. Rapid Miner, this is a data mining tool. Data Robot, ClickView, H2O. These are the artificial intelligence. Then TensorFlow, BigML, Snowflake, Trifacta. These are the various data science tools we are using. These are the top 10 algorithms for data scientists. Starts with the linear regression, then logistic regression, k-means clustering, principal component analysis, support vector machines, artificial neural networks, decision tree, recurrent neural networks, a priori algorithm. These are the top 10 algorithms I am going to demonstrate. I'll execute. Then these are the various tools for data storing, transforming, modeling, visualizing, other tools like. For data storage, we are using Mongo database. It is a NoSQL database, Hadoop, MySQL, etc. Then transforming, for conversion of one form to another form, we are using Spark, Python, SQL, etc. For modeling purpose, we are using scikit-learn, Python, PyTorch, Pandas, various packages, Theano, TensorFlow, Keras, etc. Then the visualization purpose, we are using D3, Tableau, Excel, and ggplot, etc. Some other tools like for communication purpose, Kafka. Some other tools like any Databricks, various tools we are using. And data science minimum, these are the knowledge, mathematics, statistics, ethical skills, team player skills, lifelong learning skills, communication skills, real world project skills, machine learning skills, data visualization, data handling and pre-processing, coding skills. Then these are the minimum. And skills a data scientist must have: data mining concepts, big data, research analytics, machine learning, Python or JavaScript, data analysis. Then what are the data scientist responsibilities? He is managing a huge volume of data, and he is generating analytics, and he is applying strategy, collaboration with other organizations, other duties. Then skills required by a data scientist: 70 to 80% statistics, 70 to 80% predictive modeling, 10 to 15% machine learning, 30% text mining, 5% visualization. Then my journey to become a data scientist: you need to have substantive expertise in marketing, traditional research, data engineering knowledge, machine learning knowledge, statistical knowledge, hacking and coding. So from beginning here, understand the customer's needs, define metrics that matter, translate for non-technical audience, statistical package, advanced mathematics, experimental design, model fitting, scripting language, predictive analytics, like various tools and techniques we are applying. What are the applications of data science? See here, the major applications: image recognition, like face recognition, thumb recognition, fingerprint recognition, and palm recognition, and eye retina recognition, etc. Then price comparison websites like Amazon. See, I would like to purchase a mobile. I'm using Amazon e-business sites like Amazon, Flipkart. I'm checking the price comparison websites by applying data science tools and techniques. Then speech recognition, so voice recognition and audio recognition, video data analytics we can perform. Internet search, in order to find out the internet search data analytics we are using. Then gaming, especially in these days, students are playing uh, huge number of games. So there also we are integrating with the ML and DL techniques, especially in reinforcement learning we are applying. Digital advertisements, delivery logistics, recommender systems, fraud and risk detection. These are the various applications. If you see the application domains like e-commerce, manufacturing, banking, transport, finance, healthcare. So I have chosen healthcare data analytics by integrating machine learning, deep learning techniques. Okay, recently I have executed COVID-19 virus prediction and detection and COVID-19 strain virus detection and prediction. Right now I am doing Omicron virus prediction and detection by combining deep learning and machine learning techniques. If you see the transport data analytics, so how many accidents are happening in this particular road? So you are fixing the camera and collecting real-time data, that is called streaming data. And I can generate a traffic data analytics with the help of deep learning techniques like convolutional neural networks, recurrent neural networks, and various packages, various models, various frameworks you can use. And finance, especially in banking data analytics, and manufacturing, e-commerce, various applications. Then these are the 5 application areas of data science: fraud and risk detection, image speech recognition, healthcare applications, augmented reality, airline routing planning, etc. So these are the data science real life use cases. See, real life use cases like Amazon, Flipkart, and Google, Microsoft, Facebook, they are the real life use cases. What is the purpose they are using data science? See, few examples like what sells most ice creams, I would like to know. Learning to speak, I don't know. I don't know French, but I want to see the movie by subtitles, or I want to speak French language. I can convert French language to Telugu, French language to English, French to Spanish. That is called natural language processing. That comes under learning to speak application, recognizing defects in a software or application. If you see in bank digital online transaction application, there are maybe some drawbacks like recognizing defects, using suggestions to make better decisions. Then these are the top 25 algorithms including deep learning and machine learning. Searching, I think these algorithms everybody knows. In searching, we are using linear search, binary search, depth first search, breadth first search, Fibonacci search also. Then sorting, famous algorithm is number 1, quick sort, merge sort, and heap and insertion selection. In graphs, we are using to minimize the minimum spanning trees like Kruskal's, Prim's, Dijkstra's, Bellman-Ford, Floyd-Warshall, topological sort, and flood fill algorithm, Lee algorithm, etc. And in arrays, we are using Kadane's algorithm, Floyd's cycle, detection algorithm, KMP algorithm, quick selection sort, Boyer-Moore majority vote. Then basic algorithms like Hoffman coding, especially in audio video application, Hoffman coding compression, and Euclid's algorithm, union find. Apart from machine and deep learning algorithms, various knowledge in order to become a data scientist, you must have any one languages like C#, Julia. You know, Julia is a combination of Java and Python and JavaScript. Java is evergreen so far, and Python, it is also popular nowadays. Do you know reason why Python is so popular? Anyone? Participants? Any answer from your side? Because this is one-way communication. Why Python is so popular? Please give a response in the chat box. Anyone? Why Python is so popular these days? Can anyone give answer in the chat box? Okay. Python is so popular because of rich number of packages are there. Packages like NumPy, Pandas, Keras, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, PyTorch, Theano, etc. Seaborn, ggplot, various packages are there. Then comes to the data platforms. We are using Hadoop, Spark, and SQL Server, etc. Then see the deep learning algorithms like convolutional neural networks, recurrent neural networks, and deep neural networks, artificial neural networks, etc. Then see the machine learning and AI tools like TensorFlow, H2O, etc. Data ingestion tools like SQL Server, PyTorch, then development tools like CUDA, CUDNN, and Jupyter, R, etc. Then these are the soup of desired technical skills mentioned in some data scientist job ads. See, Python is so popular because of a rich number of libraries are present. Then R, then Java, JavaScript, and Spark ML, Amazon Web Services, Power BI, Linux. Do you know Linux expansion? Anyone of you know Linux expansion? Look into new version of Unix. Linux is developed by Linus Torvalds. With his name, he would like to see the network issues in a Unix platform and Windows platform. There are security issues. That's why he invented Linux operating system. He is a 16-year-old boy while inventing Linux operating system. Then these are the popular programming languages. These are the data science tools, few more. MATLAB. See, why MATLAB we are using? It performs matrix laboratory, matrix calculations, performed to process maths information, can be used to simulate neural networks. Apache Spark. Spark is 100 times better than Hadoop because Spark can handle streaming data and video audio data, real-time data. Whereas Hadoop, it is legacy data, it's a batch processing. And it can handle old database, not like Spark. That's why Spark is 100 times better than Hadoop environment. Most used data science tool, extremely powerful for large scale data processing. Excel, I think everybody knows. Tableau is a visualization tool, and TensorFlow is a framework for in order to solve complex applications of AI and traffic data analytics, etc. Natural language toolkit, it is widely used for language processing, comes with Python. Then Big ML, it simplifies machine learning and makes it easy for beginners. Build models in 3 to 4 clicks. Jupyter, it's write live code, visualization and presentation, supports Python, Julia and R. D3, it creates interactive data visualization, that is called JavaScript library for visualizing data with HTML, SVG and a cascading style sheet, etc. Then these are the driving the success of data science solutions, skills, roles, responsibilities. You need to have skills like data logistics, high performance computing, project monitoring, data science, and business skills you required. And then data science use cases. See, Amazon. Why Amazon is a big use case for data science? It improving e-commerce experience. That's why Amazon is so popular these days. There we are using recommender engine algorithm. Then Uber, it is optimizing rides. And Bank of America, it is a big use case in America. It increasing customer experience. Airbnb, it is improving searches. Then data science in pharmaceutical industries, predictive modeling for maintaining oil and gas supply. data science in biotechnology, data science in education. So these are the use case domains like healthcare, targeted advertising, image recognition, fraud and risk detection, price comparison websites, product delivery, online dating, predictive systems, speech recognition, internet searches. In various applications, we are using data science tools and techniques. See, what are the advantages of data science? Data science can be fun because we are generating huge volume of interested analytics, interested patterns. See, multiple job designations you are getting. That is one more advantage. Ease of job hunting, customize the products, a highly paid career, and see, in America, you can't imagine uh, very huge salary for a data scientist. Cost optimization, artificial intelligence is the future. These are the various advantages. Then disadvantages, see complexity, because you are handling real-time data. More number of dimensions are presented, more number of columns are presented. That's why data becomes complex. If you take Facebook data or traffic data or weather forecasting data, the dimensions are very huge. That's why data becomes complex. Less accuracy, no data security. These are the disadvantages. And advantages like highly paid career, higher demands, bright future, multiple job profiles. See, these are few more advantages like testing these decisions and empowering management and officers to make better decisions, especially. And the data scientists direct the actions-based trends, which in turn help in defining goals, identifying opportunities in order to generate real-time traffic data analytics. Data scientists challenge the staff to adapt the best practices and focus on the issues that matter. Decision making with quantifiable data-driven evidence and recruiting the right talent for the organization. And these are the few more disadvantages. It is a blurry term. Mastering data science is near to impossible. No, nowadays we can do. Large amount of domain knowledge required. Arbitrary data may yield unexpected results. Problem of data privacy. So I have explained already how to become a data scientist by applying statistical methods, programming skills, and machine learning skills, data management skills, communication skills. Then you can easily become a data scientist. Career option in data science. See, is there any students or faculties? You can guide the business intelligence developer, data architect, database administrator, data and analytics manager, data analyst, data scientist, big data engineer, machine learning engineer, statistician. And data science, which can be a career option for you. See the domains like business intelligence developer, you can become data architect, data engineer, database administrator, data and analytics manager, data analyst, big data engineer, data scientist, machine learning engineer, statistician, business analyst. See, these are the research areas, application domains and projects. If you see the data science research areas like city planning and powered electricity, e-healthcare system, and computational sports science, telecommunication, text processing and machine learning, simulation and modeling, information visualization, real-time big data management, and you can generate like travel data analytics, smart shopping. These are the research areas. Please keep in mind cyber data analytics, social media location mining analytics, forecasting and fluctuation in power supply, and spatial temporal analysis of seismic data, that is called earthquake data, medical adherence and augmented rehabilitation and coaching systems, pricing and uptake of next generation networks, a new framework for high-speed data mining applications. These are the research issues on data science, sentiment analysis, opinion mining, predictive mining, post-clustering, pre-clustering, and how can we capture the data, deliver the data to right people in the right time. How can we handle variety of forms of data? How can we can store and analyze data given its size and the computational capacity? You can give these research issues to your students. Let them execute any paper presentation work. In order to implementation these topics, you can share my details to students or faculty. They can collaborate with their work with my Bluecrest University. I'm having a data science research laboratory. I'm the head research. You can suggest to students or faculty. Let them, they can join and they can make MOU so that we can publish various repeat organizations. These are the challenges of data.
Sir, your voice is not visible, sir. Once again, your voice is not visible.
చెప్పండి.
Hello. Hello, madam. My voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible, sir.
Sorry for interrupt
Yes, yes.
because of internet problem. So my screen is visible, madam?
No, sir.
Yeah, I'm sharing once again. Now my screen is visible, madam?
No,
Hello,
sir.
madam.
No, sir. Just yes, yes, yes. Now it's visible, sir.
So according to the Gartner survey, he has listed the challenges of data science, dirty data. See, that is the number one position, 49.4. If you collect in Facebook data, you will get dirty data only. If you collect any social network data, you will get dirty data. Maybe we need to do more pre-processing techniques like we are eliminating noisy, dirty data, inconsistent data. Then second one is lack of data science talent, lack of management financial support, lack of clear questions to answer, data unavailable or difficult to access. It goes on various challenges of data science. Then what is the future of data science? See, next future, we are applying algorithms, we are applying various applications. If you see the algorithms, massive scale graph generation algorithms and geospatial temporal predictive analytics, hyperfast analytics, embedded deep learning, cognitive machine learning, natural language generation, structured database generation. We are going to use in future. These are the algorithms with combination and integration. And we are generating applications like cyber security data analytics, healthcare data analytics, Internet of Things data analytics, customer engagement and experience in e-commerce websites, applications, smart everything, smart city if you are planning, human capital investment, data for societal good, everything. Where there is a data, there are various number of database applications are present. So bright and promising future of data science. So companies facing problems in handling the data. Data science is an ever growing field. Never ending growth of data. Need for data scientists has increased after new data privacy regulations. Machine learning is becoming a popular. Sources of data will keep on emerging. Other areas where data scientists will be required. These are the future of data science, like problems in handling data, never-ending growth of data, increased demand for data scientists, popularity of machine learning, emerging sources of data. So this is the summarization of data science applications. So far we have discussed about predictive analytics, natural language processing, machine learning, behavioral economics, Python, Julia, SQL, data mining, mathematical modeling. All of them have a tech background. You must have. Machine learning and data mining are the common skills. Programming, any one programming like Python, Java, JavaScript, or statistics, database, and visualization are the top areas they specialized in. So with this one, I am concluding data science application. So now I am going to demonstrate a few applications what I have used in Python programming. See what are the packages I have used. These are the NumPy package I have used. Then pandas, NumPy for especially, I think everybody knows, for scientific computing we are using number Python, that is called number Python. Then we are using SciPy, that is called Science Python. It is an open source library for solving mathematical, scientific engineering and technical problems. Then pandas, especially data manipulation and analysis purpose, we are using pandas package. Then scikit-learn, that is called sklearn, especially in machine learning applications like classification, clustering, support vector machine, random forest we are using. Then piano. Hello? Any queries? So Theano is one of the library we are using in order to solve deep learning applications. We are using Theano, neural networks application especially. Then TensorFlow. TensorFlow is one of the famous framework I have used for health data analytics. It comes under machine and deep learning and artificial intelligence. Then Keras also one of the popular framework in Python programming in order to solve artificial intelligence applications like many applications, especially neural networks, neurocomputing. We are using Keras library. Then PyTorch in order to solve computer vision, machine vision processing like face recognition, audio, video recognition. We are using PyTorch library. So with this one, I'm concluding Python programming. Then we will see the maths and statistics for data science. What we are going to see: maths, linear algebra, calculus, statistics, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics. Now I am going to demonstrate in statistical methods like linear regression, non-linear regression, logistic regression. Please see here. This is theory subject. Because of time, I am rushing. Madam, how much time is there? Hello, madam.
10 more minutes, sir. Or else you can take another 10 more minutes.
Yeah, yes, madam. Just I'm going to demonstrate minimum 3 techniques so
Yes,
that
sir.
they will get an idea how to execute. See,
Okay, sir.
regression we are solving. Why do we want to use regression? In order to predict the future value based on the past values, we are using various techniques like types of regressions: linear regression, non-linear regression, logistic regression. See, this is the linear regression. Y is equal to mx plus c, where x is the explanatory variable and y is the dependent variable. With help of slope, we are generating based on the x values, we are generating y values. This is the slope we are getting. This is the algorithm I have applied. This is the code. For every algorithm, I kept code. If you want to execute, see, now I am going to execute, generate this code. See, I am sharing my screen. Go to the command prompt. Once you have installed Python programming in your laptop, just type CMD and go to the CD space. Madam, my screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So first I'm opening a notepad, linear regression. So this is the program, linear regression. In order to predict the future values, this is the code I have written. I am using a NumPy package and I am using sklearn, scikit-learn package, library. From sklearn, I am generating a linear regression algorithm. I am using functions, various Python functions for linear regression. I'm taking x value and I'm taking y value, then I'm generating future value. So this program I'm going to execute. Please see here in the command prompt. So CLS means clear screen, Python, linear regression. See, now I'm executing this program. It will generate coefficient value and it will predict. See, I have taken 5 x value and 5 y values. It is going to generate. It is going to generate future values. Means predicting the future value. Okay. So now it is executing in the background. It will display on the screen. So see now here, madam, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here, see, I have taken x value and y value. I am reshaping that y value. I'm calculating coefficient, determination, intercept, and predicted responses. See here, based on this x and y value, I'm predicting 8.33, 13 point, x0, x1, x2, x3. These are the predicted values, and these are the This is the graph I have generated. Okay. So likewise, you can execute a n number of programs. I kept all programs in my PowerPoint presentation. Now see one more program I am executing, non-linear regression, Python. So non-linear regression, I am executing same x value for y value. So I am generating graph. Madam, my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, madam. Thank you. So I have generated this non-linear regression. If you see the one more logistic regression, Python logistic regression, you can use a Python logistic. So based on the true or false or one and zeros, we are generating predicted values. Whether the data is true, it will give 1. Whether the data is false, it gives 0. So I have predicted, see, predicted classes are 0 or 1. So that's why it is a classification technique. Intercept value, quotient value, predicted value, and these are the predicted values. I have generated the graph, x-axis and y-axis. So these are the statistical applications. If you see, I'm going to show you SVM, a few more applications like SVM, few applications. Support vector machine. So I'm generating based on the, this is also one of the classification technique. Okay. And we have used boundary values of based on the slopes. I have generated graph. I have taken student data set, whether he is eligible for a scholarship or not for MS or PhD. So I have taken their marks, their credentials, their age, everything. I have generated the graph like various applications I have generated this one. Madam, any queries from the audience? Madam, any queries from the audience?
I request the participants to pose the questions to the resource person. Have you any doubts?
So these are the, just give me 5 minutes, madam. I'm winding the session. Let
Yes,
them
sir.
pose queries in the chat box. So these are the various sampling methods. And next subject is artificial intelligence. I have executed various applications under this artificial intelligence. These are the top 10 algorithms. Okay. And this is the support vector machine for heart disease data set for heart patients. Why people are getting heart disease? So we are predicting based on the symptoms of the heart patient we have collected and a heart data set input. Then we are generating various graphs. Then data mining. In this data mining, we are performing top 10 algorithms. So this is a support vector machine based on the hyperplane. This is one more application support vector machine, Python. This is electrical data sets we have taken. Then this is a decision tree, whether all electronics data, whether a student can purchase computer or not. So we have written a code decision tree classification. We have generated various, this is random forest, then artificial neural networks. So likewise, I kept for every subject nearly 5 to 10 algorithms I have executed. If you want, I'm going to share with this PPT and you can execute your own algorithms in your interested area. I'm going to help you if you are stuck in any place. Okay. And see, this is actually 8 days course. So I'm winding my session. This is recently I have conducted one international webinar on Mahendra Engineering College. This is cyber security data analytics in Bluecrest. And this is Sai Engineering College in Chennai, and this is in Gwalior, Vikrant Engineering College, and this is Ravindra Engineering College at Kurnool, and this is SKC LNC Group International Webinar at Jaipur, Gwalior, and this is Maharshi Markandeya University, and this is SSN College in Chennai. This is at KBTOC Engineering College. It is at Maharashtra, and this is Vet Institute of Arts and Science, and this is at Oman country, one of the engineering college, University of Technology, Salala, and this is Reva University. This is not Reva. This is in Bangalore, SSME College. This is Vet Institute. This is Mobile Application Development in Liberia. This is Maharshi Markandeya Engineering College, and Cyber Security Data Analytics in Liberia. This is one more cyber security. This is Annamacharya Engineering College. This is Chalapati Engineering College at Vijayawada. Then this is at Annai College of Engineering. This is CREC Chadalavada Ramanamma Engineering College. And this is KL University. This is Krishna University, Machilipatnam. And this is a Bluecrest Research Conclave I have conducted, organized. This is Vigyan Bharati Engineering College. This is Karpaga Vinayaga Engineering College, Reva University. This is Data Science using R programming and Bluecrest. Lord's Institute of Engineering College in Hyderabad. This is Bharati R University in Chennai. This is Data Science in Bluecrest. This is at Russia, one of the university, Ural Federal University, Big Data Analytics in Bluecrest. Then this is in Russia. I have demonstrated COVID-19 strain virus detection using machine and deep learning techniques at Ural Federal University. This is data science applications. This is big data analytics using Spark at Saudi Arabia. And this is data science research talk. This is Maharshi Markandeya, big data analytics using Spark. Jaya Engineering College. This is ABS Engineering College. This is Sangam University at Jaipur. And this is at IIT IISR at Tirupati. And this is Gautami Engineering College. This is International Seminar Speaker. And this is a Best Spoke Award from IIT Madras in the year 2019. And this is Best ITAP Teacher Award at Hyderabad. This is a Bharat Vidya Ratan Award from Delhi, from International Global Business. Then this is a doctorate from GMT Anantapur. Then this is a keynote speaker at one of the engineering college. This is one of the jury member at engineering college. This is one of the keynote, resource person. This is one of the resource person. This is keynote speaker at Geetam. Then this is international conference. This is one more international conference. This is at Thailand. So this is about, if anyone having any doubts, any queries, any questions, any subject of 8 subjects I have listed, please ask me. Thank you, madam, for giving me wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir, Nagaraj sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, and congratulations to your wonderful research journey. You have so many accomplishments. On behalf of GDC Marchara and GDC Chobrol, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our resource person, Dr. Asadi Srinivas Garu, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. First, I would like to thank Naresh Garu for suggesting Srinivas sir as a resource person today. Otherwise, we will miss a wonderful session. Your thoughts have enlightened our mindset and have shown us a new path. You have covered so many topics and also demonstrated a linear regression like that. We are very much thankful to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. madam. Any queries, please ask them, madam.
Participants,
Participants, please, any queries?
you can post your questions in the chat box also.
Madam, thanks to Nagaraj sir and Naresh sir, madam, for giving me this wonderful opportunity for sharing my knowledge to participants and faculty members. If anybody would like to collaborate with me, please, you can take my details from Nagaraj sir. Madam, Nagaraj sir is there?
No,
I
sir.
want to see Nagaraj.
He is in another meeting, sir. Definitely,
Yes,
we will share your profile, sir. We have such a wonderful session.
Thank
If
you,
we
madam.
have some more time, we can gain more
Yeah,
knowledge.
please.
from you, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
definitely. If you are organizing
Yes,
any
in the
seminar, webinar, I am ready to
yes,
demonstrate and I'll take.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
No queries from the audience, madam. Please
Yes,
check in
sir.
the chat box, madam.
Yes, no queries, sir. We are not
It's okay.
posting any queries.
So we can wind up the session, madam.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Once again, thank you, sir.
Yes,
I
madam.
request all the participants to leave the session and join again by 2 o'clock. Then another
Any
session.
feedback, fam? Are you sharing, madam? Please share with
No,
them.
sir. At the end of the afternoon session, we will share, sir. Definitely, we will share
Okay.
the feedback given by the participants to you,
Yeah,
sir.
sure. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
sir.
madam.
Thanks. So in the afternoon session, we have another resource person, Ravikant Garu from Vienna VJIET. The topic is data visualization using Tableau 2. Please join us by 2 p.m. sharp.